Hey, if you know you need a plan to help your plumbing, electrical, or similar business be more profitable and be better organized, tune in. Hey, Tony from Profitable Tradie. Hope you're doing great. Now, we work with the owners of plumbing, electrical, and similar service-based businesses to help them improve profits, streamline their systems, and just make life and business a whole lot more fun. Now, I've done a few trainings and recordings recently on planning. Now, it's a massively important topic, and I always like to start talking about planning if you think about a house. Now, a lot of us are involved in home construction, and it'd be kind of crazy to build a house without a plan. What you'd end up with would be pretty much chaos. Now, I think the same applies to running your business and any business. It's absolutely critical to have a plan for what you're going to work on to improve your business. And I'm not just talking about a plan for the projects and the work that you've got coming up. 100% you need that. You need to schedule that out. I'm talking about an actual plan for creating the business that you want. A business that's more profitable, it's easier to own, has a great team, and frankly gives you a lifestyle and makes life and business fun, because that's what it's supposed to be. If you don't have a plan, what you can find happen is you'll just sort of drift. You'll cycle the same results. Often, and if you're watching this video, I know you're interested in improving your business, you'll have great intentions of getting stuff happening. But actually, you'll find you get overwhelmed by life, you get overwhelmed by project deadlines. Maybe you try some stuff, but you're not sure where to get started. You try some stuff that someone else has done, or you see something on the internet, or talking with someone at your suppliers or whatever, another business owner, and you can find you even chase shiny objects that aren't really what you need to do. Now, one of the most impactful things that I've found working with business owners is the planning process. And for our $1 Million Tradie clients, we run a process called the 6-week planning cycle. And I've talked about this a little bit over the last few weeks. So there's a bunch of elements to it. First off, you've got to identify the area that's most important to focus on, the biggest bottleneck. And there's a tool called the 5 Drivers to do that, which I've done a training on earlier. I suggest you check it out if you haven't seen it already. Once you've figured out what projects you want to work on, though, it's really important to actually put it in a plan and make it visual and put it in front of you. Now, here's the thing about planning. If it's just a thought or an idea in your head, it ain't a plan. That's just like a wish or it's kind of a daydream. But once we start writing stuff down and we put it somewhere that we can see it, and more importantly, that someone else can see it, it actually becomes real. There's a bit of acid on us, a bit of accountability to actually get some stuff done, to get some business improvement projects that are going to actually help improve where you're at in your business. And that's really what it's all about. So today I'm going to show you the tool that we use, which is incredibly powerful for putting some accountability on you to help you implement what you know you need to do. Now, here it is. It's called the compass. So it's pretty simple. It's based on our 6-week planning cycle. And this is kind of the end result that you get to when you've been through the cycle. And I'm just going to talk through the past, but I think that's the best part. Now, the 6-week planning cycle is really cool, because basically the way it works is we work really hard for 6 weeks, and then so the working hard is this bit here. So along here, actually I'll choose a different color for that, make it a bit easier to see. So we work hard for 6 weeks long here, and then we have a break for a couple of weeks. So we need to have a rest. So when we're planning to work on our business, there's no point just going, full throttle, pedal to the metal all the time. That sounds like a sprint, and frankly, it's just not sustainable. It's exhausting. So this little bit in here, this blue bit, is what we call the rest or the cool down period. So it's a couple of weeks where you can just chill out, take the foot off the gas, smell the roses, recap, and what we're talking about here is really rest ethic makes work ethic. If you're always working hard out, you're going to run out of steam. So we want to factor in some rest. So that's the last couple of weeks of the cycle. The 6 weeks before that, we're going to go hard out to actually work on like a nice short, sharp sprint to actually get stuff done, get it into the scoring zone. So the compass, really simple. There's a few key parts to it. At the top, we've got the motivation. So, why the heck are we doing this? That's important, because, when the going gets tough, we need some sort of some motivation to keep us going. And the motivation, and this is a compass I've taken directly from one of our members. I've just written it up myself, but this is what one of our members wrote. To get the business running smoothly so I can step out of the operations and spend more time with Leo and Ned, who are this particular business owner's children. That's the motivation. We also need to have what we call a carrot and a stick. So you've got to get a reward if you achieve your goals. And that's massively important. That was something early on in business that I was terrible at doing. Just keep working. But when you have a win and you achieve what you want to, got to give yourself a pat on the back and have a reward. So that's the carrot. So for this person, take the family on an epic skiing and snowboarding break in the school holidays. That's a cool carrot. There's a stick as well. Some of us respond better to rewards. Some of us need a little bit of a stick, a bit of a hurry up, a bit of a push. For this person, it was no beers for 2 months. I don't know. That's probably a good thing in some ways because they might be more productive depending on how many beers you're having. So that was their stick. In terms of what they're going to work on, so this is really the rubber meets the road. There's just 4 things, just 4 projects they're going to work on in the next 6 weeks. The first one is implement back costing. So back costing is checking your jobs for profitability. Absolutely foundational. If you're not doing it, just as an aside, you need to. It's just massively important. You'll figure out what jobs are profitable, what aren't, what clients are profitable and what aren't. So you've got to get that right. So implementing back costing is huge for this person. Reviewing their pricing strategy. That's something we should all do regularly. Putting a cash flow forecast together. So that's a weekly cash flow forecast so we can map out how bank balance is going to look. And for this particular business, they wanted to put a quote follow-up process. So they were having some issues with doing a lot of pricing and not really following up well. And that's money on the table. All pretty simple strategies, and that's what they're going to work on to make, to get the goals that they have set. And then all we've done is just put some timelines against those so we know when we're going to work on them. Pretty simple. Next bit is pretty cool. So what we do in our membership program, the $1 Million Tradie, we have some belts. So we award belts kind of based on martial arts. We award belts based on the profitability levels you've got. So each of our members set a profitability target for the next period of time, for the next 90 days. And for this person, it's they want to hit a $500,000 profit on an annual basis. So that's pretty exciting. Then you sign it and you put a date on it. You take a photo of it. They put it in our members page, a Facebook page for that. But most importantly, they put it on the wall in their office. And that's what they work on. That's what they focus on. So it's killer. And what you've got now is you've taken those sort of hopes and dreams that you've got for actually improving your business, and you put some structure, some plan around it, some focus, some accountability, put some acid on yourself as well to actually, work on what you need to. So when you find you're getting pulled from pillar to post with, job problems and team hassles, etc., all the stuff that happens as a business owner, you can focus your eyes on the prize, on the goal, on the plan, and that brings you back to, really focusing on implementing that hard out. So, hope you found this helpful. If you've got any comments or questions, please just reply or comment. Love to help in any way we can. Happy planning.